heard of the pyramids, the Colosseum, the Parthenon, majestic monuments of ancient civilizations. But what about the hidden stories, the forgotten empires, the enigmas that still baffle historians today? Join us on a journey beyond the well-trodden paths as we delve into the captivating and lesser-known facets of the ancient world. We'll uncover history's hidden gems, revealing the unexpected. Imagine a world without coins. Picture bustling markets where people are trying to trade goods directly. A farmer with a basket of apples might want to trade for a pair of shoes, but what if the shoemaker doesn't need apples? This was the challenge of barter trade. A world where trading meant swapping things, which was really hard. People had to find someone who wanted what they had and who also had what they wanted. This made trading cumbersome and inefficient. This was how things were before the Kingdom of Lydia. A small but strong place in ancient Anatolia changed everything. Lydia was strategically located and rich in natural resources, which made it a hub for trade and commerce. The Lydians, known for being rich and clever, invented coins. These were small, standardized pieces of metal that could be used to represent value. This innovation simplified trade by providing a common medium of exchange. This simple idea changed trading forever and helped create the economies we have today. Coins made it easier to determine the value of goods and services, and they could be saved and accumulated, which was not possible with perishable goods. The Lydians inventing coins was a huge moment in history. It marked the beginning of a new era in economic transactions. The process of minting coins involved stamping metal with specific designs, which also helped in preventing counterfeiting. It made trading much easier and more organized. Markets became more efficient and people could trade with confidence, knowing the value of the coins they were using. This video will explore the amazing story of the Kingdom of Lydia, how they became powerful, their awesome invention, and what they left behind. We will delve into the history of their rise, the significance of their coinage system, and the lasting impact they had on the world. The Kingdom of Lydia was in western Anatolia, which is now Turkey. This region, rich in history and culture, was a melting pot of various civilizations over the centuries. Lydia, however, stood out due to its strategic location and abundant natural resources. They were in a good spot, controlling the roads that connected the east and the west. These roads were not just simple paths, but major trade routes that facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures between different parts of the world. The Lydians capitalized on this, becoming a central hub for commerce and trade. Their land was full of valuable things, especially gold, which came from the river Pactolus. This river was legendary for its gold deposits, which were so abundant that they seemed almost magical. The gold from the Pactolus River was not only a source of wealth, but also a symbol of the kingdom's prosperity and power. All this gold helped Lydia become powerful and rich. The wealth generated from the gold allowed the Lydians to build magnificent structures, create beautiful art, and develop a sophisticated society. Their gold artifacts, coins and jewelry were highly prized and sought after by other civilizations. With strong kings, Lydia grew into a mighty kingdom. These rulers were not only powerful but also wise and strategic, leading their people through times of prosperity and conflict. The palaces and monuments they built stood as testaments to their reign and the glory of Lydia. They took over more land and became super important in the area. The Lydian kings expanded their territory through a combination of diplomacy and military conquest, making Lydia a dominant force in the region. Their influence extended far beyond their borders, impacting neighboring kingdoms and shaping the course of history. The Lydians were known for being good fighters, living fancy lives and coming up with new ideas. Their warriors were highly skilled and respected, while their society was known for its luxury and innovation. They made significant contributions to art, science, and technology, leaving a lasting legacy that influenced future generations. And one of those ideas was the most important invention ever: coins. The Lydians are credited with inventing the first coins, revolutionizing the way trade and commerce were conducted. These coins, made from a mixture of gold and silver, were standardized in weight and value, making transactions easier and more efficient. This innovation had a profound impact on the economy and laid the foundation for modern monetary systems. Before coins, trading was really difficult. People swapped things like a cow for some grain, but this was tricky. Finding someone who had what you wanted and wanted what you had was super hard. Also, the value of things kept changing. A cow might be worth a lot of grain one day and less the next. This made trading messy and caused arguments. The Lydians knew this was a problem and wanted a better way. The Lydians, with all their gold, had a brilliant idea. They made little pieces of metal, all the same weight, and stamped them. These were the world's first coins, and the Lydian government said they were valuable. This changed trading completely, making it easier and safer. Finally, people had real money. They didn't have to swap things anymore. Coins were easy to count, carry, and use to buy all sorts of stuff. This was a huge moment in history. The first Lydian coins weren't pure gold. They were made of a unique and fascinating alloy known as electrum. This alloy was a natural blend of gold and silver, often found in the rivers of Lydia. The Lydians, an ancient civilization known for their innovation, discovered that this shiny mixed metal could be used to create durable and beautiful coins. Electrum, with its captivating luster, was not only visually appealing but also practical. The natural occurrence of this alloy in Lydian rivers made it readily accessible. The Lydians capitalized on this resource, extracting the electrum and refining it to create their coinage. This process involved separating the gold and silver to achieve the desired consistency and quality for their coins. The rivers of Lydia sparkled with deposits of electrum, a testament to the region's rich natural resources. The Lydians were adept at mining these deposits using techniques that allowed them to gather significant quantities of the alloy. This abundance of electrum played a crucial role in the economic prosperity of Lydia, enabling the civilization to thrive and expand its influence. The Lydians were pioneers in the art of coin minting. They developed sophisticated methods to ensure that their electrum coins were of high quality. Artisans carefully crafted each coin, striking them with precision to achieve the perfect balance of gold and silver. This meticulous process ensured that the coins were not only functional but also aesthetically pleasing. Each Lydian coin bore a distinctive stamp, often featuring symbols such as a lion and a bull. These images were not chosen at random. They represented the strength and power of Lydia. The lion, a symbol of courage and dominance, and the bull, a symbol of fertility and strength, conveyed a message of the kingdom's might and prosperity. The stamp on each coin also served a practical purpose. It indicated that the coin had been weighed and verified to contain the correct proportions of gold and silver. This assurance of quality and consistency was crucial in building trust among traders and merchants. They could rely on the Lydian coins to be of a standard weight and value, facilitating smoother and more reliable transactions. The introduction of electrum coins revolutionized trade in Lydia and beyond. For the first time, people had a standardized medium of exchange that was widely accepted and trusted. This innovation made trading more efficient and equitable, as merchants no longer had to rely on barter or less reliable forms of currency. The Lydian coins became a symbol of fair trade and economic stability. The impact of Lydian electrum coins extended far beyond the borders of Lydia. They influenced trade practices across the ancient world, setting a precedent for the use of standardized coinage. This development facilitated the growth of trade networks, connecting distant regions and cultures. The legacy of the Lydian coins is a testament to the ingenuity and foresight of this remarkable civilization. The idea of coins didn't stay in Lydia for long. As people traveled and traded more, coins became popular all over. Traders saw how easy coins were to use, so everyone started using them. The Greeks were some of the first to use Lydian coins. They liked them so much, they started making their own. From Greece, coins spread to other places like Persia and Egypt. The Lydians' idea changed the world. The Lydians were famous for coins, but they were also interesting in other ways. They were known for their fancy clothes, music, dancing, and art. Lydian fabrics were very popular. Also, women in Lydia had more power than in other places. They could own things, run businesses, and even be leaders. The Lydians had a rich culture. Even though Lydia was rich and clever, they were eventually conquered. In 546 BCE, the Persians, led by King Cyrus the Great, took over their capital city, Sardis. Lydia became part of the Persian Empire, but the Lydians' invention, coins, lived on. The Persians used coins too, spreading them even further. Coins had changed the world forever. The Kingdom of Lydia might have been small, but they changed the world in a big way. Their invention of coins changed trading and helped create the economies we have today. When we use coins or even digital money, we're using the Lydians' idea. Even though their kingdom is gone, their cleverness and their contribution to money matters are still important today. The Lydians left a mark on the world that will never be forgotten. Imagine going way back in time, thousands of years ago. Picture yourself standing on a land that has witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, a place where history whispers through the winds and the stones tell tales of a bygone era. You're on the island of Crete. This island, nestled in the heart of the Mediterranean, is not just a picturesque destination, but a cradle of ancient wonders. Its rugged coastline and azure waters have seen the ebb and flow of countless generations. The sun is warm, you can smell the herbs and the sea. The air is filled with the scent of thyme and rosemary, mingling with the salty breeze from the ocean. It's a sensory experience that connects you to the land and its ancient inhabitants. In front of you are the ruins of Knossos. These ruins are not just remnants of buildings, but are the echoes of a sophisticated society that once thrived here. The grandeur of the palace, even in its dilapidated state, speaks volumes about the people who built it. It's a palace, but not like any you've seen before. The architecture is unique with its vibrant frescoes and intricate columns. Each corner of the palace tells a story, from the ceremonial rooms to the storerooms filled with ancient artifacts. Knossos was the center of the Minoan Civilization. This civilization, which flourished over 3,500 years ago, was one of the most advanced of its time. The Minoans were pioneers in art, architecture and trade, leaving a lasting legacy that still fascinates us today. The Minoans were amazing people who lived on Crete. They were great sailors, navigating the treacherous waters of the Mediterranean with skill and precision. Their ships were marvels of engineering, allowing them to establish trade routes and cultural exchanges with distant lands. Artists and builders, their artistic expressions seen in their pottery and frescoes reveal a deep appreciation for beauty and detail. The Minoans were also master builders, creating structures that have withstood the test of time. They left behind beautiful things, but also lots of mysteries. Their artifacts, from intricately designed jewelry to everyday pottery, offer glimpses into their daily lives and beliefs. Yet, many aspects of their civilization remain shrouded in mystery, inviting us to explore and discover more. The Minoans disappeared a long time ago. The reasons for their decline are still debated by historians and archaeologists. Was it a natural disaster, such as a volcanic eruption or earthquake? Or perhaps a series of invasions by foreign powers? The true cause remains one of history's great enigmas. Their story is like a puzzle with missing pieces. Each archaeological find adds a new piece to the puzzle, helping us to understand more about their society, their achievements, and their eventual downfall. But many pieces are still missing, leaving gaps in our knowledge. But by looking at the ruins and the things they left behind, we can get a peek into their world. These remnants are windows into the past, allowing us to glimpse the lives of the people who once walked these lands. They tell us about their daily routines, their religious practices, and their interactions with other cultures. We can imagine their lives. Through reenactments and artistic impressions, we can visualize the Minoans going about their daily activities, from farming and trading to religious ceremonies and social gatherings. These visualizations help bring the ancient world to life. We can be amazed by what they did. The Minoans' achievements in art, architecture, and engineering continue to inspire awe. Their legacy is a testament to human ingenuity and creativity, reminding us of the incredible potential of ancient civilizations. The Minoans were amazing sailors. They built strong, fast ships that sailed all over the Aegean Sea. They traded with other civilizations. They traded pottery, cloth, and metal things. This trade made them rich and powerful. The sea was like their highway. It connected them to everyone else. Their ships weren't just for trade. They showed how powerful and clever the Minoans were. They helped them explore, connect with others, and rule the seas. The Minoans weren't just sailors. They were a civilization that thrived on the island of Crete during the Bronze Age, around 3000 to 1450 BCE. Their seafaring skills were legendary, allowing them to establish trade routes across the Mediterranean, but their talents didn't stop at the water's edge. They were incredible artists and craftspeople too. They made beautiful pottery, often decorated with intricate designs and vibrant colors. These pieces weren't just functional, they were works of art that showcased their advanced techniques and keen eye for detail. Jewelry was another area where the Minoans excelled. They crafted stunning pieces from gold, silver, and precious stones, reflecting their sophisticated taste and high level of craftsmanship. Their textiles were equally impressive, with intricate patterns and vibrant dyes that have stood the test of time. Their art was full of life and color, often showing things from nature like dolphins, which were a common motif in their frescoes. These paintings were not just decorative, they were a window into the Minoan world, revealing their deep connection to the sea and the natural world around them. Fish and flowers were also popular subjects, depicted with a sense of realism and vibrancy that brings them to life even today. These natural elements were more than just artistic choices. They were symbols of the Minoans' environment and their reverence for nature. Their art gives us clues about what they believed and what was important to them. Religious themes were prevalent, with many artifacts and frescoes depicting gods, goddesses, and sacred rituals. These pieces offer a glimpse into the spiritual life of the Minoans and their complex belief systems. The Minoans were also great builders. Their architectural achievements were nothing short of remarkable. They constructed elaborate palaces that served as administrative, religious, and economic centers. These structures were not only functional but also aesthetically pleasing, reflecting the Minoans' love for beauty and order. They built huge, fancy palaces, the most famous of which is the Palace of Knossos. This sprawling complex was a marvel of engineering, featuring multiple levels, intricate drainage systems, and stunning frescoes that adorned its walls. These palaces were complicated, airy, and decorated with amazing wall paintings. The frescoes found within these palaces are some of the most well-preserved examples of Minoan art, offering invaluable insights into their daily lives, religious practices, and social structure. These paintings tell stories and show scenes from their daily lives. From bustling marketplaces to religious ceremonies, the frescoes capture the essence of Minoan society, providing a vivid picture of their world. They show us how much the Minoans loved beauty. Their dedication to art and architecture is a testament to their sophisticated culture and their enduring legacy in the history of human civilization. Knossos was the biggest and fanciest of all the Minoan palaces. It had so many rooms and courtyards. It was a place for rulers, ceremonies, and wonder. The palace had running water, bathrooms, and drains, very advanced for that time. This shows us how smart the Minoans were. Knossos wasn't just a palace. It showed how much the Minoans had achieved. It showed their skill and gave us a look into their world. Section 5. The Labyrinth and the Minotaur Myth and Reality. The story of the Labyrinth and the Minotaur is one of the most fascinating myths from ancient Greece. It combines elements of adventure, horror, and mystery, captivating audiences for centuries. The Palace of Knossos, located on the island of Crete, was so vast and architecturally complex that it inspired the myth of the Labyrinth. This grand palace, with its numerous rooms, corridors, and staircases, seemed like a maze to those who visited it. The labyrinth, as described in the myth, was an elaborate maze that was impossible to escape. It was designed by the master craftsman Daedalus, who ensured that once someone entered, they would never find their way out. Deep inside this treacherous maze lived a fearsome creature known as the Minotaur. The Minotaur was a terrifying monster with the head of a bull and the body of a man. It was said to be the offspring of Queen Pasiphae and a majestic bull, a result of a curse placed upon her by the gods. The myth of the Labyrinth and the Minotaur has been passed down through generations, becoming a timeless story that has been retold in various forms of art, literature, and theatre. It has inspired countless adaptations and interpretations, each adding its own unique twist to the tale. This enduring myth encourages us to use our imaginations, transporting us to a world where heroes like Theseus embark on daring quests to defeat monstrous foes. It challenges us to think about bravery, sacrifice, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. The story of the Labyrinth and the Minotaur reminds us of the power of myths. These ancient tales continue to resonate with us, offering valuable lessons and insights into the human condition. They connect us to our past, enrich our present, and inspire our future. Section 6. The Fall of a Civilization: Theories and Speculations. The Minoan Civilization thrived for hundreds of years. Then, poof, they were gone. What happened? Nobody knows for sure. Some think a giant volcano erupted on the island of Thera, now called Santorini, and destroyed the Minoans. The eruption would have caused huge waves and covered Crete in ash. Other theories suggest earthquakes, changes in the weather, or even an invasion. The truth is a mystery. The Minoans' disappearance reminds us that civilizations can be fragile and nature can be very powerful. Section 7. Echoes in myth, Minoans in Greek legends. Even though the Minoans disappeared, their memory lived on in Greek myths and legends. The story of Theseus and the Minotaur is one example. Theseus was a hero who went into the Labyrinth, killed the Minotaur, and escaped with the help of Ariadne, the daughter of the Minoan king. These myths show a connection between the Minoans and the later Greeks. They show how the Minoans continued to fascinate and inspire people long after they were gone. Section 8. The Minoan Legacy: Enduring Influence. The Minoans may be gone, but what they left behind is still here. Their art and buildings still amaze us. Their sailing skills inspired others. Their culture left a big mark on the Aegean world. Today we are still putting together the story of the Minoans. We are still discovering their secrets and learning from them. The Minoans remind us that even lost civilizations can still teach and inspire us. They challenge us to imagine a world that existed long ago. Section 9. Conclusion: A civilization shrouded in mystery. The Minoans are still a puzzle. They were a smart group of people who built an amazing civilization. They left behind beautiful things and lots of mysteries. Their story reminds us of the wonders of the ancient world and the mysteries that are still out there. It's a story that still fascinates and intrigues us today. High in the Peruvian Andes Mountains, there's a place full of secrets. It's called Chavín de Huantar. This ancient site whispers stories of a time long ago. Imagine buildings made of stone, covered in carvings of strange and mythical creatures. These carvings aren't just decorations, they tell us about what the people who lived there believed. Chavín de Huantar is a puzzle waiting to be solved. It's a place where the past comes alive. The location of this place is as interesting as how it was built. High in the Andes Mountains, Chavín de Huantar was a special place people traveled to from far away. The trip was hard, which shows how important this place was. Chavín de Huantar wasn't just a city, it was a center of power, religion, and culture. The ruins of Chavín de Huantar have been standing for centuries, showing how clever the people who built them were. The Chavín people were skilled builders and artists. They left their mark on the world. We remember them because of the stones they carved and the buildings they made. Chavín de Huantar reminds us that even the greatest civilizations disappear, but their ideas can last forever. High in the Andes Mountains, a civilization grew. The Chavín people, named after their most famous site, appeared around 1500 BC. Their culture thrived for centuries, leaving a permanent mark on the ancient world. The Chavín weren't warriors, they were strong because of their beliefs and art. They were very spiritual, and you can see that in their detailed carvings and huge buildings. The Chavín civilization grew during a time of big changes in the Andes. People were learning to farm, which meant they could live in bigger groups and have more complex societies. The Chavín understood the stars and made amazing religious art, so they became important. They were the cultural center of the Andes, and their ideas spread far and wide. The Chavín people were good farmers, growing corn and potatoes in the valleys. They also traded with their neighbors across the mountains. This sharing of goods and ideas helped spread Chavín influence. The Chavín civilization was more than just impressive buildings. Their culture was rich and complicated, made up of interesting beliefs, amazing art, and a close relationship with nature. Religion was at the heart of Chavín culture. Their beliefs affected everything they did, from their art and buildings to how they lived together. The Chavín worshipped many gods, often shown as powerful animals like jaguars, eagles, and snakes. The Chavín people were great at making cloth. They created beautiful fabrics using cotton and alpaca wool. These weren't just for clothes, they were used in religious ceremonies and showed who was important. The designs often showed the same animals as their carvings, showing how important these animals were to them. Music and dancing were also important to the Chavín. Archaeologists have found flutes and drums at Chavín sites, which tells us that music was part of their religious rituals and celebrations. These art forms help us understand how the Chavín people lived and what they believed. At the center of the Chavín civilization was Chavín de Huantar, a large complex of stone buildings and open spaces high in the mountains. It wasn't just a city, it was a place where people from all over the Andes came for religious ceremonies. Its grand architecture and detailed carvings showed how powerful and advanced the Chavín civilization was. The buildings of Chavín de Huantar are amazing. The Chavín people built huge stone platforms, plazas, and drainage systems, all without metal tools or wheels. The buildings were decorated with intricate carvings of mythical creatures and powerful gods, making the site even more important for religion. One of the most amazing things about Chavín de Huantar is its underground tunnels and rooms. These weren't just for walking through, they were designed to make you feel a certain way. The light and shadows, the echoes, and the small spaces created a sense of mystery and wonder, making religious ceremonies even more powerful. The Chavín civilization's influence went far beyond their own territory. Their religious beliefs and artistic styles spread throughout the Andes, impacting the cultures that came after them. Later, Andean civilizations adopted and changed the Chavíns' ideas about animal gods, their use of special plants in religious ceremonies, and their unique art styles. The Chavín art style, with its intricate details, bold lines, and mythical creatures, became very popular in the Andes. Their images of jaguars, eagles, snakes, and human-like figures appeared on pottery, textiles, and carvings across a huge area, showing how far Chavín art spread. The Chavíns' use of special plants in their religious rituals also had a big impact on Andean spirituality. These plants, which they believed connected them to the spirit world, were important in their ceremonies. This practice continued in different ways in later Andean cultures, showing the lasting influence of Chavín religion. Around 500 BC, the powerful Chavín civilization began to decline. Experts aren't sure exactly why. Some think it was because of environmental problems like long droughts or earthquakes, which could have made it hard to grow food and weakened the Chavín. Others think it was because of fighting within the civilization or competition from other growing cultures. Even though they declined, the Chavín had a huge and lasting impact on Andean culture. Their religious beliefs, art styles, and social structures continued to be important in the region long after their civilization had disappeared. You can see the Chavíns' legacy in the art, architecture, and religious practices of later Andean civilizations like the Moche, the Nazca, and eventually the Inca. Later civilizations adopted and changed the Chavíns' ideas about animal gods, their use of special plants in religious ceremonies, and their unique art styles, showing how important Chavín culture was. The Chavín civilization might have disappeared, but its legacy continued. Later Andean cultures, like the Moche and the Inca, took inspiration from the Chavíns' art, architecture, and religious beliefs. The Moche, known for their elaborate burials and beautiful pottery, used Chavín designs in their own art. The Inca, who built the largest empire in pre-Columbian America, adopted the Chavíns' respect for mountains and used some of their religious practices in their own state religion. You can see the Chavíns' influence most clearly in the spread of their religious images. The jaguar, an important figure in Chavín beliefs, continued to be important for many later Andean cultures. The staff god, a god shown holding a staff in each hand, also appeared in different forms in later Andean art, showing the lasting impact of Chavín religious images. The Chavíns' idea of pilgrimage centers, where people from all over the Andes gathered for religious ceremonies, also influenced later cultures. The Inca, especially, adopted this practice, creating a large network of sacred sites connected by roads across their empire. Even though the Chavín civilization is ancient, archaeologists and historians are still fascinated by it today. New discoveries are constantly being made at Chavín de Huantar and other Chavín sites, teaching us more about this mysterious culture. Researchers are using advanced technology like ground-penetrating radar and LiDAR to create detailed maps of the ruins, finding hidden structures and learning more about the people who lived there. One of the most exciting areas of research is trying to understand the Chavín writing system. While the Chavín didn't have a written language like we do, they did have a system of symbols using abstract designs and animal images. Researchers are getting closer to understanding these symbols, which could tell us a lot about Chavín beliefs, rituals, and how their society worked. Studying the Chavín civilization isn't just about learning about the past. It's about understanding the present by studying how the Chavín adapted to their environment, built complex societies, and created a vibrant and influential culture. We can learn valuable lessons about the challenges and opportunities faced by civilizations throughout history. The Chavín civilization, though long gone, still fascinates us. Their legacy lives on in the impressive ruins of Chavín de Huantar, in the traces of their art found in later Andean cultures, and in the ongoing research that continues to teach us more about their lives. The Chavín remind us that even civilizations that disappear can leave a lasting impact on the world. Their story shows the power of human ingenuity, creativity, and the lasting influence of culture. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the Chavín civilization, we gain a deeper appreciation for the rich history of humanity and how cultures are connected across time and space. The Chavín story reminds us that the past is never truly gone. It lives on in the present, shaping how we understand the world and our place in it. All right, folks, let's recap what we've uncovered today. We've embarked on an incredible journey through time, exploring some of the most fascinating and mysterious ancient wonders that our world has to offer. We've journeyed through the enigmatic pyramids of Egypt, marveling at their sheer size and the precision with which they were built. These monumental structures have stood the test of time, leaving us to wonder about the advanced knowledge and techniques the ancient Egyptians possessed. We have also marveled at the intricate designs of the Mayan temples, hidden deep within the lush jungles of Central America. The Mayans were master astronomers and architects, and their temples are a testament to their sophisticated understanding of the cosmos and their environment. And let's not forget our exploration of the advanced engineering of Roman aqueducts. These impressive structures highlight the Romans' ingenuity in creating a vast network to supply water to their cities, showcasing their remarkable engineering skills and their ability to solve complex problems. Each of these ancient civilizations holds secrets that continue to baffle and inspire us. Their achievements in architecture, engineering, and art are not just relics of the past, but are windows into the ingenuity and spirit of our ancestors. As we've seen, the hidden wonders of the ancient world are not just relics of the past, they are windows into the ingenuity and spirit of our ancestors. These sites offer us a glimpse into the lives, beliefs, and aspirations of those who came before us, bridging the gap between the ancient and the modern world. From the mystery of Stonehenge, with its massive stones arranged in a perfect circle, leaving us to ponder its purpose and the people who built it, to the lost city of Atlantis, a legendary civilization said to have sunk beneath the waves, sparking countless theories and expeditions in search of its true location. These ancient mysteries challenge our understanding and ignite our imagination. They remind us that there is still so much we don't know about our own history and the incredible achievements of those who came before us. Now, I encourage you to take this curiosity further. Dive into books, watch documentaries, visit museums, and immerse yourself in the wealth of knowledge available. Each piece of information brings us closer to understanding these ancient wonders, or even explore these ancient sites if you can. There's nothing quite like standing in the presence of these monumental achievements, feeling the weight of history and the connection to our shared human heritage. There's so much more to uncover and learn about these fascinating civilizations. Each discovery adds a new piece to the puzzle, helping us to build a more complete picture of our past. The ancient world is a vast and captivating tapestry, waiting to be explored. Its stories are woven into the very fabric of our existence, offering endless opportunities for discovery and wonder. We hope this journey has inspired you to delve deeper and uncover the unexpected treasures of the past. The more we learn, the more we appreciate the incredible legacy left behind by our ancestors. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring. The world is full of hidden wonders just waiting to be discovered.